Hello class, this week for discussion 7, our final discussion, we're asked to discuss what we learned from our reading of the week, Cassidy Kaywood. So what I learned was the usage of the systems theory and the usage of the public health model. The public health model emphasizes primary, secondary, and tertiary prevention as a useful framework for evaluating strategies to address mental health care in rural areas, as well as for identifying gaps in services. I stated on page 6 of the article. So, the primary prevention in the public health model focuses on identifying issues before they occur, and then the secondary prevention of the public health model focuses on helping clients deal with these issues after they've already been diagnosed. And then tertiary prevention is for helping clients manage long-term illnesses. So I think that this public health model is very good for helping our clients to identify and manage their illnesses or issues with mental health as well. The systems theory that's stated in the article focuses on integrating mental health care services into primary care, schools, and churches as a strategy suggested. So by integrating mental health care services into each of these systems, I think that it could really help rural areas to build rapport, build trust with social workers and mental health care services so that they're able to understand the system a little bit more. I think that by putting, as it stated, by using ACEs in primary care and mental health screenings in primary care, we can help our community in rural areas understand services, because normally they trust the doctors that they go to, their primary care doctors, and if primary care doctors are offering these services, it can help them to trust us a little bit more. And then I think by integrating into the school services as school-based therapy, or by giving information out to students and faculty, it can help students and faculty understand mental health and understand why and how to identify signs and symptoms of someone having a crisis or someone having any issues at home. It can also help from people feeling like they're being stigmatized for seeking help. And it says in the article, the use of educational programs aimed at increasing mental health awareness in the school is a related endeavor focusing more on primary and secondary prevention. So these systems being integrated with mental health care services also ties into the public health model. Suicide prevention in school has been used in school. I know when I was in school here in a rural area, they had a lot of suicide prevention PowerPoints and things that they would show us. I know in my health class, they always did a suicide prevention during the semester and talked to us about suicidal ideations or suicidal tendencies, and offered counseling services or therapy services to help us through those issues. In the article, it also talks about the usage of telehealth services for rural areas for people who don't have transportation or have limited transportation, and I think that that's a really good idea. But for rural areas, some people may not have access to the technology to do the telehealth services or the mobile services. Also, older adults may not understand how to use it. They may have Wi-Fi but still not know how to use the telehealth services because they don't understand technology like that. So there's a lot of challenges as well. Also using the systems theory into faith-based organizations. Around here in my rural area, they actually have a lot of faith-based organizations that offer mental health services, such as rehabilitation services, inpatient and outpatient, for people who have substance abuse disorders or need substance use treatment. They also have faith-based organizations that help with mental health services or counseling for people who may not trust in the mental health system but trust in their local church or their local pastors. And I think that those services, as well as telehealth services, can help people who speak a different language or have a different culture or religion than the rural area, so that they're able to translate and understand a little bit better of what mental health care that they need. So for my 2 questions this week, my questions for you is, do you think that the public health model, along with the systems theory, is good for rural areas and rural communities, and why? And then my other question is, for telehealth, do you think that that is a good resource for people of rural areas that don't have transportation, or do you think that it may have a barrier for people in rural areas who do not have access to internet? Thank you.